Hi, I'm Leila Thomasone, love stylist and marriage alchemist. That means that I help people who want to have great marriages, whether you're single or you're already married. I love to help people just really have that ideal relationship that they always dreamed of. So thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, please hit those notification buttons and subscribe. And big warm welcome to you. If you've already been here before and seen my work, thank you so much for coming back and joining me. I love to share helpful information that you can actually use in your real life and concepts and mindsets that you haven't thought of before or you haven't really practiced and put into good use in your life. So if you like what you see, please, and you want to see more of it, please share and let me know. Leave me a comment. That would be really, really helpful. So first of all, I want to direct you to my website, limitlessbyleila.com, for your free gifts, free downloads. Whether you're single or married, there's one for you. Actually, probably both of them work for both single or married, but one of them is on dating etiquette and receiving the princess treatment. So that's a big concept and a method that I've been working on, and I'm now rolling out in the form of a workshop that you can see for free actually in my Facebook group. If Facebook's not your thing, that's cool too. You might want to pick up some freebies and download those videos to keep forever, and you can get those in that workshop on my website as well. I'll post the link in the description. So there's a free download for dating etiquette as well, and getting the princess treatment, as well as one called Loving Phrases. It's a cheat sheet for keeping your marriage healthy and strong. So all of these really apply to my topic today, which is mansplaining, and what to do when men want to take credit for your ideas. Has this ever happened to you? I think this is, an issue people come up with. I see it in my private clients. I see it in questions I get online. It's, you are dropping hints left and right? You've got this idea, this thing you need, you want this thing for your family, or it could be a work thing that you think is a great idea, and you're, giving all this information, all these reasons why it should happen. And then what does the guy do? He comes along and says, I have this great idea. I think we should do XYZ. And you're like, I just said that. I've been saying this for months, right? Has this ever happened to you? So, yeah, it happens all the time. And my married clients get so frustrated. They're like, why couldn't he just go along when I said it, right? And so what I want to do today is give you a perfect analogy and a way, well, no analogy is perfect, okay, I grant that. But I think this is going to be a good way for you to change your mindset and the way you see this, to make it really not an issue, and just actually something like the opposite, that you should be grateful for, that you actually really enjoy and you're amused by and entertained by when this happens, when there's mansplaining happening, when your man thinks he's come up with this great idea and it's something you've been trying to tell him for months or years, right? So the way I want to help you change your mindset around that is to think of men as dogs. And no, don't change the channel yet. I love men. I have nothing against men. I love masculinity and all the ways that we're different, that men and women are different and how our brains are different. We think different. I love all that, okay? So when I say this, I mean it with the greatest affection. I love dogs too. I have an adorable little pup that we're always saying how cute he is. And what I think is so funny, so I thought of this while I was walking the dog and taking him on a little hike. Have you ever walked a dog? We have to use one of those like face harnesses. It looks like scary or creepy or something, but it just works so good. Like if you know, dogs just have this instinct that they have to pull, right? It's just in their nature, and you can get mad at them all you want, but it's just how they are, that if you're pulling backwards, then they're going to be pulling forwards, right? If there's something around their neck, they're going to push against it. It's just instinct for them, right? So you put this little thing on their face, and all of a sudden, it's like wherever you go, they just are so happy to go that way. That's what they meant to do anyway, right? So I'm like walking my dog, and it just cracks me up every time we stop. Every time I stop, he stops, and he's like, "Oh man, this grass right here, it's like the most interesting grass he's ever seen," right? He's like, "Oh yeah, I totally meant to sniff this tree. I am so glad you stopped here because I wanted to sniff this tree," right? But he's not going to give me credit for that I stopped there. It's like, it was his idea, right? So, so this is how I want you to change your mindset around mansplaining, that it's really a gift to us, that men love to be leaders, right? And they do a great job of it, and they're great problem solvers. And when we drop hints or tell them that something is a better way to do something, it's like, well, if it wasn't his idea, if he's being told to do it, there's a natural urge to fight against it. There's a natural instinct that it's like, well, maybe I need to check out other ideas. I'm not so sure, and you kind of rationalize and logically try to choose something else, right? If you're a man. But so men have to see things as their idea. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing, because would you rather your man be doing things because you told him to do them, because they were your idea, or because he wants to, because he thinks it's a great idea, because it's what he would have done anyway, right? So that's what mansplaining and this like taking credit for your ideas thing is. It's really him saying that he wanted and he would love to do what you're saying, just the same as if he had thought of it originally. Does that make sense? And there's sort of like a related concept that hopefully it's not going too far down this path, but for me it's related, that I never realized how much men change their minds until I let them lead. When I was dating and first met my husband, and now, of course we're married, and I love to let him lead. And you've never seen a man change his mind more than when you don't step in to interrupt him. So if you just let him do his thing, you might think he's making the worst decision ever, but it's like, yeah, sure thing. Just go for it. I mean, you don't even have to say go for it. I don't even say like agree with him. Just don't get in his way. And you'll be shocked how many times he'll change his mind. And it's kind of really cool to watch. So I have a perfect example of this from yesterday, actually. We were looking for a restaurant, my husband and I, to go really quick before an appointment. It was around lunchtime. We had kind of some specific things that we wanted and specific things that we didn't want. And we were in this area for this appointment where there were plenty of different options. And I had one in mind in particular, which was like actually his favorite restaurant, my husband's favorite restaurant. But he's like, no, we don't have enough time. So we walk around to all these different places and, a couple different stops, and they weren't what we wanted, didn't have what we needed. And then like the last one we went in, was like this kind of greasy bar, the pool table and stuff, which is, in the middle of the day, not really what you're looking for. And I am 100% sure that if I hadn't had a look on my face, like when my husband turned around to check and see if I was, wanted to stay at this place, if I hadn't had that look on my face, he would have been fine with it. But because I had that look on my face, he's like, oh, we're not staying, we're going. And he told me all the way from that place to the place that I had originally wanted to go, which is his favorite place, which he told me we didn't have time for. Walking from the bad one to the good one, he's telling me, oh yeah, I didn't like that place. It smelled bad. I didn't want to stay there. And I swear to you, it was the look on my face that made him turn around and leave. It was not, it was not his idea. But don't we both win if he changes his mind and he has a different idea, which was what I wanted to do in the first place? Like, how is that a loss? So this is my advice to women, to see it as a win and be amused and have fun with it and just watch what happens, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. So is that helpful to you? Do you understand what I'm saying? Does this come up for you? Leave me a comment, let me know. And again, I'll leave the links for all that good stuff in the description box. So thank you again for joining me. It's been great to talk to you, and I'll see you next time. New videos every Friday. Bye.